Welcome to Weapon of Wednesday, this time with the FAD.
Team Deathmatch.
So, FAD, have you ever tried it? It's a pretty bad, well, with bad I mean, not that it's a bad weapon, but it's a pretty bad-ass weapon, as in, it fucks people up pretty quickly. But the problem is, it's also a little bit uncontrollable. And that's something you really need to get used to with this weapon, that it's a little bit wild. I mean, you'll see your iron sight go crazy. I mean, you have to have a pretty good aim with this weapon, I think, because, well, let's see if I can show it here when I'm shooting at someone. No, everyone dies here. Okay, that's quite unfortunate. Well, I guess it's good. I mean, they're enemies, but, you know. Oh, come on. See, I'm slow as shit. Oh, my God. I'm slow as shit. See, as you can see, this visor, it goes pretty crazy when I shoot with it. It's very, well, I guess maybe with a grip you can have a little bit. See, as you can see, I like to also hip fire with this weapon. Because it kind of acts like an SMG in my opinion. Because the fire rate of this assault rifle is so high that you can, well, almost, well, you can compete with an SMG. But maybe an SMG will still win. I mean, it's, it really depends what type of SMG it is and how quick you can kill. Now, what I like to use here with my that dog immediately went straight for him. I like to use the helicopter to technically to be as a distraction. I like to use a helicopter as a distraction, and that makes me a little bit more invisible on the map. I mean, sure, some people will ignore the helicopter, especially if they have blind eye, but I do like to use the helicopter for that, to act as a bit as a distraction. Because it's very annoying when you try to get kills and you constantly have enemies all swarming up on you, like here. That's quite annoying. This is not a good place to hang around, by the way. A lot of assholes spawn here, sometimes almost right next to you. Which is not a bad thing if you're looking at them, but if it happens just in your back, yeah, then you're pretty much fucked. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Well, apparently my aim is not that good. Which is no surprise to me. But, as you can see, this weapon is pretty quick in killing. It's because the fire rate is very high, and I put a muzzle brake on it to increase the range a bit, and thus also doing a little bit more damage with it. And I like that because the fire rate is already pretty high, so boosting the damage output a bit more kind of makes it pretty good. Okay, let's see. Well, I've got my dog again. Oh, and he immediately runs off. What are you doing, friend? What? Where are you going? If you're gonna get me killed, man, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, well, apparently he saw someone around the train there. But sometimes these dogs, they just go crazy. I mean, they just do what they want. Okay. Ooh, that was unpleasant. So, you have quite a lot of bullets actually in this magazine. See, 42, so that's more than average, I'd say. But the problem with this weapon is, well, it's not really a problem, but because the fire rate is that much higher, you'll also burn through your bullets a lot faster. So, don't be too surprised if you if you run out of bullets pretty quickly. I mean, that is a problem with this weapon, I guess. But, you know, it's okay. I mean, usually you manage to keep, well, if I didn't get him with the bullets, he would have blown the fuck up. But usually you keep enough bullets for a full match, and otherwise you can always switch to another weapon. It's not that bad. Now, something else about this weapon. I like to use it, as you can see, move around with it. Because I think this gun is technically made for that. Because you, well, you can kill pretty quickly, and the hip fire is also pretty good in my opinion. And that makes me think a little bit about this being an SMG, but with extra range. Of course, it's an assault rifle, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not trying to sell you here something that's not what I say it is, but it's pretty good because you can kill pretty quickly, you have pretty good range, and, well, the weapon is also pretty cool, I think. Well, maybe it's because of my weapon camo on it, the trial, but, you know. So, oh man, I still have a little bit of time left to talk about the weapon, huh? So, what do you think about this weapon? You like it? You think like, oh man, I use this weapon all the time? Well, actually, I don't see a lot of people use this weapon, which is strange, because it's actually a pretty good weapon. Now, of course, you can put a silencer on it and be sneaky like that, but I prefer to keep the damage and range on it as big as possible. Give it some extra. Oh, yeah, go get him. See, another good reason to have that dog, to, you know, do things that I prefer not to do, like diving into a bunch of assholes that are waiting for me. Why are you sneaking around there, dude? That's not gonna help you. See? Oh, that was. See, I sometimes get a little bit stupid with constantly reloading. As you can see, it almost cost me there. That's weird. Dude. Well, apparently that guy didn't had any clue. Well, probably because he's not really a guy, but a BOT. Anyway, that's the FAD here in action, and I hope it was a little bit useful. Now let's talk a little bit about the attachments I use in it and other shit, you know, in case you'd want to know. Yeah. Feel free to not know, and that you say like, well, I don't need to know. Fine. Anyway, so what do I like to use on this bitch? I like to use muzzle brake to increase range and a little bit of damage, so it's always a good thing. Now, and of course grip, because this weapon is insane when you do not use a grip on it. Maybe you are good enough to fucking use it without a grip. Good for you. I'm not that good, so I prefer to use it like this. Now, another thing is, I don't use secondary, lethal, or tactical grenades. Why? Well, I don't really see the point if you have a badass weapon like this. Now, you want to have your weapon ready ASAP after running. Now, that's always a good thing. Fast reload, well, especially if you're a moron like me that likes to reload a lot, you might want to do that as well. Now, marathon, well, because I move around a lot, you like that. And on the go, because when I reload, I like to do it when I'm running. See, this is something I like to do. If I have a spot left to spend, I like to put it on the go. If I don't use any lethal, tactical, or secondary stuff there. So, quick draw, well, sometimes I hip fire, but sometimes I also try to aim down sights, especially when he's further away. That can definitely help if you have quick draw. So you aim faster through your little visor, reticle, whatever. And of course focus to keep the damage focused on the enemy. Now, and what do I use? Well, I use a Satcom, guard dog, and a battle hind. Usually just to move around. I guess you can also put a vulture on it because I'm moving around a lot. But I guess the battle hind is more of a distraction, as I said earlier in the video. Because with this weapon, you'll make a lot of noise. A lot of people will go looking for you, and this way you can you have something else that could keep them busy. Anyway, it's a little trick, something I like to use. Anyway, that's the video for the FAD. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, well, that's too bad. If you do, well, you're welcome. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Weapon of Wednesday.